Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see how to solve real-world application problems related to fractions. Let me explain it with an example here. Let's say this is the question we have. On a test, you answered 45 questions correctly. On a test, on a test, in one of your class tests, you answered 45 questions correctly, and correctly out of 50 questions. What fraction did you answer correctly? What fraction did you answer correctly? That is what we have. So on a test, you answered 45 questions correctly out of 50 questions. What fraction did you answer correctly? So let us see how we can solve these types of problems. Step number one. You answered 45 questions correctly out of a total of 50 questions. So we can write the 45 as the numerator and the total as 50. So if I were to draw a circle like that, and if I were to say, if this is total of 50, and then some part of it, you answered all of that correctly, but this part, this is 45% out of the total 50%. So therefore, if we want to understand it in that manner, 45 divided by 50, we want to be able to simplify it, and then we want to reduce it into its lowest form. The way we can write it out is as follows. We know our 5 times table. 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 10 is 50. So whenever we have numbers, common numbers in the numerator and denominator, we can cancel them out, leaving us with 9 over 10. So 9 over 10 is what is left. 9 over 10 is what is left, and therefore our answer is 9 over 10. We have answered 0.9. We can also write this one as 0.9, or you answered, if we were to multiply that by 100%, you answered 90% of the questions correctly. 9 over 10 is a fraction. We have expressed 45 over 50 as in its simplest form, which is 9 over 5. I'm explaining a little bit more in here, but you get the idea here in terms of percentages. So 9 over 10 translates to 0.9, or we can also say that and 0.9, if we were to take that and then multiply by 100%, we can also express that in terms of percent as 90%. So if you answered 45 questions correctly out of the 50 questions, you are in the 90%. You have answered 90% of the questions correctly. Let us take another example. In this next example, we're going to say, if there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, if there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, write 45 minutes as a fraction of an hour. I'm going to write here, write 45 minutes as a fraction of an hour, like that. So here we can break it down into these different steps. We can say in 1 hour there are 60 minutes, and that is true. There are 60 minutes, and 45 minutes is what fraction of an hour? That is the question we have. So what we can do here is we can cross multiply these and then find out the answer. So we take 45 minutes times 1 hour divided by 60 minutes. I'm writing the units so we can simplify it. When we simplify the answer, the answer should be in terms of hours. So the minutes units in the numerator and denominator cancels out, leaving us with 45 divided by 60, like that. And then this will be expressed in terms of hours. So we can simplify 45 and 60. So 45 we can simplify this as follows. 9 times 5 is 45 and 12 times 5 is 60. So as we mentioned, if we have numbers in the numerator and denominator which are the multiples of one another, we can cancel them out. And then now 9 and 12 are common. For the common number between 9 and 12 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. So therefore, when we simplify this, it comes down to 3 over 4 hours. 3 over 4 hours. And therefore we can write 45 minutes. 45 minutes is equal to 3/4 of an hour. And that is exactly true. 3/4 of an hour. That is how we want to be able to apply these simplifying fractions in our real world application type of situations. Let's take another example here, and this time we want to talk in terms of a different type of example altogether. Let us say, we have 50 states in the United States. We have 50 states in the USA, United States of America. Write the first 10 mountain region states as a fraction of the 50 states. We want to write 10 states as a fraction of the 50 states in the United States. So how do we do that? Step number one. In the US, we have 50 states. We want to know what fraction of 10 states is what fraction of the United States. So the way we go to write it out is as follows. 10 divided by 50. Whenever we have a number ending in zeros, we can cancel them out in the numerator and in the denominator. So therefore what we're left is 1 over 5. 1 over 5. So therefore the 10 states represent 1/5 of the 50 states we have. 1/5 of the 50 states we have. This is how we can apply fractions to some of the real world situations which we encounter on a regular basis. So use the fractions whenever possible in these types of situations. In my next presentation, we shall see how to multiply fractions.